name's Jenna and I use art journaling as a way to pray. And I, like many of you, I'm sure, have been distressed by the unfolding situation in the Ukraine. And I wanted to pray about it. And I wanted to use my art journal to do that. So I came up with this idea, which I wanted to share with you. It's a sunflower. The sunflower is the national flower of the Ukraine, and it's got lots of prayers worked into it. So I share this with you as something that you could do by yourself or as a church group, even with children, very easy to do in Sunday school or schools, as a way for us to unite in prayer for peace. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and maybe even share it. Send it on to someone else who might like to pray in a creative way. Here goes. So I actually started by writing a prayer with words. I typed this up on my computer, but you could handwrite it if you prefer. And I printed out 2 copies of that prayer. And I used one copy, I ripped up and I started collaging it onto the background of my page, as you can see it here. I also added in other collage papers, and one of those was an old map. I thought it'd be so cool if you could print out maybe a map of the Ukraine and stick that on, or you could incorporate newspaper articles or anything you like really, or just take from your regular collage stash. Basically just rip them up and stick them onto the page. You can then, of course, add some paint, or I added some gesso. You can add scribbles, doodles, whatever you like to create a nice mixed media background to your page. Next up, I made some feathers of hope. You don't have to do this stage. I have a YouTube video about feathers of hope. Basically, you print it out, paint over them, and then you write on the individual feathers little one-word prayers or declarations. I will link to the Feathers of Hope video below. Obviously, I used yellow paint here, yellows and oranges. And then you cut them out, and conveniently they are nicely petal shaped. I also took the second copy of my printed prayer and I gave that a wash with some yellows and orange colours. And I went on a scavenger hunt for what else I could find in my craft stash and in my recycling, any papers or card that were yellow, orange or brown. So whatever papers you have, tear or cut them into long petal shapes, and it's time to start building your sunflower. You will need a circle of brown card or strong paper, which I actually scrunched up a bit for a bit of texture, and then you simply go around gluing on a layer of petals all the way around. And then I went round and did a second layer of petals, maybe use the slightly smaller ones, and even added another layer at the end. So I had 2 to 3 layers of petals going round. You can just use glue. I went back over with my sewing machine to add some stitching for detail, and then you can stick your sunflower on your background. I love how this has turned out, and I love the process of creating it. Every time a word or a sentence caught my eye from either the feathers or the typed up prayer, it was an opportunity to agree with that prayer again as part of the creative process. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and most of all, I hope you'll have a go yourself at creating and share it on social media so I can see what you've been up to. Okay, God bless.